Woo-wee, boy, howdy, was that a wild week. Wild week in the stock market. It's time for the stock market weekly recap. You know how it is. Just looking obviously at this 5-day chart, you might be wondering what the heck happened here, man. What happened Tuesday, Wednesday? We'll get into that. So 5 days, the week we're down 0.92% on the Dow. Pretty rough. Pretty rough to see that kind of a downward movement. We don't like it. That puts us down for the month now. 3 months down 1.29. Year to date, still up 13.92, so still overall a good year. And the 1 year, just barely eking above where we need to be. Just barely. Nothing really noteworthy here as far as the Dow is concerned. We'll go right into the S&P. Got some news to cover today, so we're going to make it nice and quick. So the S&P here, we'll look at this 5-day chart. It's going to be more the same story, The indices usually trade similar. 5 days down 0.33. Down for the month, 0.9 now. 3 month, 1.28 down. But year to date, still 17.76 up. Gotta love it. And 2.3 on the year perspective. While I am on the S&P, I wanted to give a little shout out to a company I'm a huge fan of, Chubb. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what Chubb Ltd is, but Skyworks Solutions here. They're a chip maker. They make most of their money from Apple. A lot of their revenue comes from Apple iPhones. So what in the world's going on? Why did it go up? Well, a lot of this is a stock that's been pretty well beat down pretty heavily recently. If you're looking overall for months here, we're down 18%, and then a little bit of relief today, or on Friday they got a little bit of relief, which puts them up for the week about 3%, so it's not a significant week, but obviously they beat the index they're in, so that's exciting for them. What exactly is going on here? A lot of this upwards activity stems from the fact that Apple has hinted, I want to say hinted because they don't report iPhone numbers anymore, right? They've hinted now that they're ramping up production on the iPhone 11, which a lot of people, which is kind of why Skyworks took a little bit of a hit. Obviously, iPhone did not end up doing 5G on this generation. Everyone thought the production or the no one would want the phone, just like last generation. There really was not a lot of excitement around it. Everyone thought this would be the same thing because this was not a 5G iPhone. There was something that really made it special, I want to say. And it should be noteworthy that obviously they have two different kinds of phones. Obviously the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 11 Pro. And the 11 obviously being the cheaper model. And that's the one that they said that they needed to ramp up production on. I think they said around 10%, which, heck, any sort of percent upwards is good, especially for Apple, and not alone for any of its suppliers, obviously, because they get to sell more of their chips to Apple that way. So that's something to look at, the demand for iPhone 11. They won't be reporting numbers, but it's going to be interesting to see how the demand is for the iPhone 11. So it could have a big impact on a company like Skyworks, or even like Cirrus Logic, any of those chip producers that they make chips that are found in Apple iPhones. Definitely something to look at. Now we're going right into the NASDAQ. Scrolled all the way down for some reason. Thank you, computer. Give me that 5-day chart. You know what? More of the darn same, right? The only difference on the week, the NASDAQ is up actually. 0.54. Look at that. Isn't that pretty exciting? I think it is at least. But 1 month down 1.49, right? Not exciting. 3 months down 2.2. Year to date 2.3 though. I love it. Year to date, very good year to date so far. I don't want to be pessimistic and say that means there's room to shrink, because I want there to be room to grow, but we'll see how things go in the future. We had a couple 3 months left, so we'll see how things end up. The year up 2.49. As far as giving some shout outs here, just want to give you a shout out to why these top performers on these penny stocks do nothing for you, because highlighting Broadvision here up 24%. You're like, whoa, that's got to be something cool, up 25%. Not a single news article regarding Broadvision, so I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what's going on with Broadvision, but let's get rid of that page. Besides this, look at this. Look at this company. Back in 2004, reaching its peaks. And then, you know what? Since then, decimated down to a $2.75 stock. Goodness. 2012, there was a little bit of revitalization. Then, recession. I'm just kidding. That's wild. That's wild, just in the middle of 2012. I don't know what would happen, but again, where's the news that means this is up 25% today? I don't know. So now we're going to go into general economy news, right? What brought us down? Not that. This brought us down. The ISM Manufacturing Index down to 478 versus 50 consensus. So what the heck is the ISM Manufacturing Index? It's definitely a big indicator on how markets are feeling. It's really just a culmination of a lot of things manufacturing. Stuff like employment, orders, new orders, production. There's a lot that goes into this manufacturing index. The only thing you really need to know is the number, not really what goes into it. What you care about is whether it's over 50 or not, typically. So anything usually over 50 is a sign of a growing manufacturing economy, right? Anything under usually is a declining one. Now, this isn't significantly under. That is something to note. But this sent investors in a panic because there was a consensus of 50, right? And even down from prior 49.1. So what is going on? My gosh. It sent investors crazy. They're like, it's recession. The recession's coming now. Because they're stupid. People bring about their own failures is what I've noticed. Well, in my opinion, don't freak out too much. Obviously, we recovered. It was just Tuesday, Wednesday that was rough, and we mostly recovered on Thursday, Friday as optimism came back. Because why wouldn't it? That's just how the market goes. Swings up and down all the time. So from there, we get some good news, right? Get some good news that job growth cools. That's not good news. Oh well. So pretty much 136,000 jobs created versus 145,000 consensus and 168 previous. Okay. What's the end of the goal here? I mean, look at this. Unemployment rate 3.5%. Okay. Right, that's down. That's historic lows still. I don't see anything disappointing here. I don't know about yourself. I know that they didn't necessarily reach their job goal, but guess what? Still historically low unemployment. How low do you think it's possible to go? I mean, these people are expecting crazy stuff. But that's pretty exciting. You know, we got good job growth still. I mean, unemployment rate's still looking good. So let's just keep it up. Let's not mess things up. So, and then obviously just yesterday, the Fed, you know them. Our economy's in a good place, but beware of too low inflation. Really? Also, Seeking Alpha, you can't put an end quotation mark. What's going on, man? It's in a good place, though, right? I like that. So what does that mean? They might need to... I still think we're going to avoid cutting rates by the end of the year. So let's keep that going. Let's keep this economy flowing. I don't know. They want high inflation. What's going on here? I mean, I don't see what they want. I don't see what's going on here. Why do you have to manipulate people like this? Let's just let the economy roll out. We got this. Quit worrying about recessions. Keep on investing your money. That's another recap in the books. I got no more news for you. Besides, have a good day. Don't invest in any of these penny stocks. Bye.